Ether wallet address, and they're ascribing to a different model, which is airdrops done within the exchange as opposed to one done to your private wallet where you have the private wallet and the private keys. So that's interesting because now we're talking about a fork in the airdrop model.
Yes, we are.
So would that be called an IFAO? So an initial fork airdrop offering?
Yes, it would.
I apologize, listeners. I know I'm in a bit of a punchy, silly mood. I've been suffering from allergies this week, and I've had so much allergy medicine. I'm just like, my head is spinning.
All right, so let's talk about a legit one that other people use besides us, which is an STO or security token offering.
Yeah, so this is where I think the world is getting interesting. So I think you probably saw that September, first week, second week of September, it was announced that Binance and the Maltese Stock Exchange are now, they have a memorandum of understanding, or another three-letter acronym, an MOU, which says that they intend to launch a collaboration to launch another exchange, which will be specifically for crypto-based assets that are security tokens. So in essence, an STO is offering a coin, but the coin is actually backed by a real asset as opposed to trying to pretend it's not. So if you're selling coins and the backing of the asset is, dare I say, USD, as in USD Tether, which we haven't proven is true, but could be, or whether we said it was the Gemini US dollar, which we know will be true, it's backed by dollar, or backed by gold, backed by real estate, or backed by companies' real assets, bonds, whatever else it is, as long as there's some equity or some asset that you're buying into, and the coin represents something that has true value, then it's a security, much the same way as you'd be buying equity in a company where the equity is a representation of the company's true value. So there's a growing trend of those. I see a lot more people talking about doing STOs. Of course, the biggest problem for STOs is, so where are you going to list your coin exactly? And I always get the same blank response. Yeah, I haven't thought about that yet. And you say, okay, but you do realize, of course, that the investors who are investing in your project at some point are going to want to know where the coin's going to go. And nobody tends to want to wait 18 months to find out which exchange will be first to launch security-based tokens. Although Binance is not the only one I've spoken to in the exchange world. There is another exchange I've spoken to about it, which I'm hoping will be on our channel soon. And then they can talk about it themselves freely. I won't say it for them. But it's certainly a challenge if you have a project and you're even remotely close to having an asset. Issuing dividends is another form of security because you're securitizing the coin, much the way you would give dividends on equity or shares. If you're giving people rewards, those rewards can also be seen as assets too sometimes. So it's a very dicey line. We may have to do a very specific episode and get a lawyer on and talk about STOs and what securities are and what the Howey test is, because actually it's a whole topic in itself.
Oh, I think we definitely should go deeper into that particular acronym just to get the ins and outs of that. There's one that's similar, which I'm trying to see more than one person. Have you heard of also a TAO or tokenized asset offering, which seems to be the exact same thing, but someone else just used TAO?
I saw the term coined last year, probably around December 2017 or so. I saw an article on CoinDesk about that. And when I read the articles or content I've read on TAOs, it almost sounded like they were trying to be clever and calling it a DAO. Instead, they called it a TAO. Yes. But actually, when you read it, I think it's really an STO.
Yes, based off of...
And now we're in acronym hell because we're talking as if we're working at Microsoft. And I recall a day once when I went to Microsoft to have a client meeting, and they sat there for 5 minutes in acronyms, at which point I said to them, excuse me, all of you people from MSFT, can you tell me what the hell you're talking about? And they all turned and looked at me, because MSFT is Microsoft in ticker symbol language. And they all turned and looked at me and they said, oh, did you not understand anything we were saying? I said, pretty much not from the beginning, no. Because Microsoft as a company has so many acronyms that unless you know their language being there all the time, and here we are talking STO, ICO, IFO, IAO, I invented the IDO, and we haven't even talked yet about the IEO. Right. which I really like. This is a really cool one. It's the initial exchange offering.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know what that is?
I do. So I do know an initial exchange offering is, and I read the article that Binance wrote about it. So so Binance does not like IEOs.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I do
So
like them. So let's have an argument about this now, shall we?
but Binance. All right. So this is from Binance's side.
Okay.
They argue that they don't like them because a high percentage of the coins are held by a small number of people. So they don't like it that if it gets listed on the exchange, the price goes up, then that small number of people benefit more than everybody else. Or if the price drops, oftentimes those people get to sell heavily, taking whatever their profit or loss is, and then new investors are left holding the bag.
Okay.
So that was that one. And they're also worried about, because there's a high number of people who control the coins, that's easy to manipulate the price. So that's the Binance reason of why they don't like IEOs.
Okay, so let's first describe what an IEO is, and then let's break down the problem, and we could probably go into more details on this. The quick overview of an IEO is this. I'm an ICO. I don't want to have to create my own KYC system. I don't want to have to create my own dashboard. I don't want to have to spend all my time distributing coins against their KYC and verification processes. So there are some exchanges that are pretty much offering a mechanism. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing a coin, an ICO, it's very hard to do it in multi-currency, because then you have to have bank accounts set up for everything. You have to have all the approvals. If you're doing it in Bitcoin and Ether, and the fluctuations in the coins is going all over the place, it scares a lot of people off. So what's easier to do is you have somebody who provides you a facility. Let's not call it an exchange for the moment, but you have a facility that effectively says, you give us the coins you want to sell, and we will put them available to the users within our own existing community in fiat currency, USD, Euro, Pound, whatever is on our system already, or USD Tether, or True USD, or Gemini USD, or whatever else, and we'll sell it in Ether and Bitcoin and any other coin you want. You fix the prices on those as you would do any other ICO. But more importantly, all of your users who want to participate will have to sign up to our platform, go through KYC in order to gain access to participate. And to me, the benefit seems to be quite heavily weighted toward the exchange at the beginning, because they just get tons more users on their platform for doing this. Contrary to your or Binance's point of view about a small number of people participating, actually what I see right now in most of 2018 is an evaporating crowd-based funding environment replaced by a small number of investors buying tons of coins. So that, of course, is already happening, whether or not the coins are being put onto exchanges. So anyway, we can talk about this on a separate episode. I think there's more to cover. The point of the IEO is it enables an ICO to put their coins for sale in a single environment with the opportunity to get listed on that exchange at completion, so long as they met certain criteria and conditions, and they don't have to go through a whole application process all over again. They just do it once. Now the exchanges will have a fee for doing this. They'll have a fee for listing, all the rest of the stuff. But now the exchanges can offer a range of services. They can offer the KYC and the dashboards that everyone participates and uses as investors. They can provide a range of currencies that are not normally available to people. They can provide distribution of the coins to the individuals after the ICO or IEO completes. They can do the exchange listing for you, and they can provide market making services. So to me, there's a lot of benefits as offerings to ICOs, and I would have thought that by being on an exchange, you'd actually have more disbursement or distribution of investors, because you're now offering this to a whole range of the community, both within the exchange as well as all the individuals who are coming in from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure why Binance does not like them originally, but yes, it makes more sense to do it that way.
IEOs, in my opinion, in the future, if they were to take hold and continue going ahead, could really be the superset for ICO and STO, because you could list your coins in I guess it's kind of like a one-stop shop. It doesn't even have to be an exchange, but if you had a one-stop shop where you could basically do your fundraising, whether it's a utility token or a security token, and that whole one-stop shop offered everything to manage the process from KYC, dashboards, distribution of tokens, enabling you to tap into communities to do fundraising, that's not a bad thing. But whether they're security or utility tokens is another matter. It's just so to me, ICO is a process, and IEO is a process, and STO is more of a, well, it's a securitization of the token from the beginning. So,
right.
Yeah. it's a lot of acronyms. I think I've kind of twisted my tongue a little too much here already today.
There are, but you've done a very good job of those, though.
Twisting my tongue.
Yes.
Good. I didn't make fun of you today either.
The day is not over yet.
The day is not over yet. This is true. And we're going to ask you about your background screen now and why it's not green or why it's not the coin chat. May as well. To finish the episode, Yuri has to tell everybody on the channel why it is that he still doesn't have a background screen. Because
when I first bought the green screen on Amazon, I'd failed to notice that it didn't come with the supports. So I own essentially a very large green curtain with nothing to hang it on.
So I would love nothing more than to get all of our subscribers who have opportunities to suggest things to Yuri to come onto Telegram or onto our YouTube channel or wherever you'd like to go. Send us an email at thecoinchatpodcast@gmail.com and let Yuri know what he should do with his green screen. It's just a drape.
It is.
My vote is he goes for the green the green toga, and we'll have to send him somewhere for Halloween and have something projecting on this green screen. So it's like the augmented reality toga for Halloween this year. That's my vote.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Thank you very much.
I can figure out a way to constantly do that while I'm moving around. My outfit will change constantly.
Correct. You could be like, Dracula 1 minute and Frankenstein the next.
So that's why I thought a white background was like nice and neutral behind.
It is very neutral.
It is, rather than like random bits of junk that are in this room.
It beats that crazy gray screen where we were making fun of you being like
right
from The Ring or Thing from the Addams Family or whatever that was, right?
It is.
Cool.
See, I offer an adventure. What weird stuff is going to be behind Yuri today? That's part of my
nothing. That's the problem.
Contribution.
Well, Yuri, always great. Had good fun. I'm afraid that our users probably have better things to. Our listeners, I didn't say users. Our listeners probably and subscribers probably have better things to do than hear about why your green screen is still not green.
Probably is.
Hopefully, we've given everybody a good overview of STOs, IFOs, IEOs, ICOs, my forked IDO, and IAOs. If you don't remember what they are, we'll put them in the description below for you on YouTube.
Yeah.
To the moon. Have a great week. Thank you for joining us today on The Coin Chat. Join us on Telegram on t.me/thecoinchat, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us on patreon.com/thecoinchat for show notes, outtakes, and previews of additional content. Or follow us on our website, which is www.thecoinchat.net. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. To the moon. Until next time.